Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the Cavith. Uh, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I'm sure it's not Cavers. Anyway, this is a French pump lock. I've picked multiple locks like this in the past, but this one is a little bit different. So let's take a look at the key first. Or before I start, I'm sorry for not getting it, but I'm pretty sure that this is some kind of, I don't know, rivet or something that needs to be drilled out in order to separate this shell from the core, and I'm not going to do it. It would be a shame with such a nice lock like this. So yeah, I won't do it, but I will try my best to explain what's happening inside. So basically, as I mentioned, this is a pump lock, so the key looks exactly or almost exactly as expected. We have these fins that run around the key, and these fins have different lengths because you need to push 5 pins inside at different depths, as I mentioned, in order to make the core turn. But other than these fins, we also have some bitting on the top, and you can see that there's 3 pins that come from the top, and they are your standard pins like in other pin tumbler locks. These only need to be lifted upwards. But it's a nice little, not too secure, but it's still a nice mechanism that needs to be dealt with. So in order to pick this lock, we need to push 5 of these pins inside of the lock, and these 5 also have false gates, so we will need to overcome that. But we also need first to deal with these 3 pins on the top. That's basically a formality. They are trivial and they give a good false set when they are set, so it's really not too difficult. This is actually the exterior cylinder, so it also has the sliders, and I also have the interior one. It looks the same or almost the same. It definitely looks shinier because it was inside, but this interior cylinder likes the sliders, so it only has 3 of these top pins, so it doesn't turn by itself, but it's sufficient because you know it's inside, so you don't have to keep yourself from getting out from your own house. So this is the interior part, but the exterior has also these sliders, so that's actually a bit different. So if we take a look at the keyway, yeah, it looks like this. Not sure if it will be visible, but the rotating part actually is buried a bit deeper inside of this shell or housing, as it's pretty much standard with these pump locks. So tensioning it is not simple a task of putting a tensioner here, because you wouldn't be tensioning anything if you just put your tensioner here, but you need something deeper in order to put some tension on the core. But at the same time, in here there's already one of these sliders, so you don't want to stick your tensioner too deep, so you block access to this slider. You just want a little bit so you can still reach it. And to pick this lock, I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I haven't made a tool for lock picking for a long time, but look at this this mastery. Look at this fine work I made. This is a 2mm steel wire that I bent, so that was like step 1, pretty hard, right? Look at this 90-degree bend, perfect. And I also flattened it on the side so it fits right here to the bottom chamber. So actually a pretty nice tool, and I think Multipick will want to cooperate with me, and this I will be selling this like officially pretty soon. But if you don't want to make your own tool, I'm pretty sure that you can get away with something like a thick paper clip. I tried it, but it was slipping out a bit, you know, and I didn't want to damage the core too much, so I made this tool. So the basic principle of picking is actually pretty simple, and I guess I will start right away, and I will talk as I do it. Okay, so first we put some counterclockwise tension in this case. I will make sure that the tensioner is not too deep, so like it was. So I don't want to block the bottom slider. All right, and now we start with the top pins. So nothing on 1, click on 2, click on 3, back to 1, click there, nothing on 2, click on 3, okay, full set. So now I know that the top pins are actually picked. Let me just change the focus a little bit so the interesting thing is in focus. Okay, and now what I will do is basically just use this hook and push the sliders in. So this one is not moving, so I know it's binding. I will release tension a little. Okay, it goes deeper, but it's still binding. I guess it's in a false gate. So more pushing it inside. Okay, still binding. And now I can feel that it's springy. And that's what I will do for the next few minutes. So this one, okay, I guess we can call it number 5. It was binding, now it's pretty springy. Let's check the bottom one. Springy, this one is springy. Number, let's call him number, I don't know, 2. Okay, springy. So, and this is basically a feature, a hallmark of the French pump locks, especially if they're old. They're acting extremely tapered. So you are basically now pushing on the sliders you already set multiple times, because the core is making these micro rotations as you are doing it, and these sliders or pins need to settle at their shear lines. So okay, I can feel a little bit of resistance, and as soon as I overcome it, it's springy again. And although it might seem like I'm running circles, you just need to be patient, because that's pretty typical for these locks. Okay, I can feel that the feedback is changing a little, and some of these pins are already giving me less resistance. Okay, so this one, okay, maybe I think I got a little bit of core rotation now. Yes. Okay, so now I will try these remaining 2, because when I was picking this log I found out that these 3 actually bound in group 1 first, and as I got the core rotation, these 2 started binding. So now this one on the bottom left, okay, I guess it's still springy. Let me just check the others, but they are fine, so I will increase the tension a little bit. Okay, so now I think it's binding, so it's binding actually pretty hard, so releasing tension a bit. Okay, now it's springy, so that feels pretty good. And the others should be fine. Yes, they are. And this one on the bottom should be the last one to bind. Okay, I'm trying to push it a bit deeper. Okay, yeah, it's definitely binding. Okay, I pushed it, but I heard some clicks, so pretty sure I dropped a lot of stuff as I did that. Yeah, including these pins that are binding in group 1. Okay, never mind, I will reset them. Okay, this one was dropped, and now again. Okay, perfect. Now all the pins are already almost set, and I only need some micro adjustments now. So again, patience is needed. Okay, this one on the bottom is actually a bit weird. Not sure if... Okay, something dropped. Not too happy about it. Okay. This one feels actually pretty good. Okay, corrotation. Maybe it's already peaked, but I want to make sure that, because sometimes when I release tension, sliders drop, but I think it should be peaked. Yes, it did not jump back, so it's not always obvious when it's peaked, but let me show you. Hopefully it will be visible. So I don't want to overturn it too much, but you can tell that inside it's moving freely now. There's no resistance, and now when I turn it back, the pins will spring back to their places. Okay, let me just, yeah, that's the sound. Okay, so yeah, that was basically picked one position. Of course, if you wanted to open a lock that's attached to this, you would have to pick it, I think 5 times if I'm counting properly. But yeah, we won't do that, of course. We'll just wanted to demonstrate the whole process. So yeah, pretty fun pick, at least for me. I like tapered locks for some weird reason. So that was pretty enjoyable. Hopefully you enjoyed this pick too. And yeah, see you later with the next video. Bye.